Every year, over 10 billion tons of Lay's snacks are produced worldwide, enough to drown the entire state of Texas in a sea of crispy golden chips. But what truly fascinates the world is this. How did Lay's manage to turn humble underground potatoes into a global snack icon, raking in billions of dollars annually? The magical journey of Lay's begins in vast potato fields, where each tuber is carefully cultivated through a blend of cutting-edge technology and human dedication. From there, they head to massive factories, where high-tech machines work like magic, transforming delicate potato slices into the irresistible snack adored across the globe. Today, join Agriculture Insight as we explore the world's most advanced snack factories and uncover the secrets behind that signature crunch that has the whole world hooked. It's all coming up in this video. Few would have guessed that a burst of anger in a kitchen back in 1853 would end up making history. After being criticized for cutting his fries too thick, George Crumb, a proud and fiery chef, quickly sliced the potatoes paper thin, fried them to a crisp, and sprinkled on salt with defiance. That impulsive moment unknowingly gave birth to a legendary snack the world would soon go crazy for. Nearly 80 years later, Herman Lay started out with nothing but the trunk of an old car filled with potato chips, driving around Nashville to sell each small bag by hand. From that humble journey, he gradually turned Lay's into a multi-billion-dollar snack empire, a crispy icon that would go on to conquer the world. Then in 1965, Lay's officially joined the Pepsi family through a historic merger between Frito-Lay and Pepsi-Cola. From that point on, Lay's was no longer just a snack. It became part of a global food and beverage powerhouse, fueled by PepsiCo's massive distribution force and world-class marketing strategy. Unlike Pringles, where every chip is precision-molded like it came off a blueprint, or artisanal brands that stick to rustic, handmade charm, Lay's took a different path, conquering the world with pure, unfiltered crispiness that keeps your hand reaching back for more and more, until you've fallen into its delicious trap without even realizing it. Before becoming the crispy slices found in every bag of Lay's, potatoes undergo a long journey underground, carefully nurtured and irrigated over a period of 90 to 120 days. In the fall, as the weather cools and temperatures in Idaho, known as the potato capital of the United States, reach the ideal range of 15 to 18 degrees Celsius, vast potato fields begin their harvest season. This is also when specialized harvesting machines are brought into operation, marking the start of one of the most critical and active phases in Lay's production process. At the front of the machine is a set of sharp plow blades designed to penetrate the soil to a depth of around 15 to 20 centimeters, just enough to reach the full cluster of potatoes without causing damage. As the machine moves forward, the blades gently lift the entire row of soil along with the fully matured tubers. Next, the soil and potatoes are transferred onto a vibrating conveyor system. Here, the vibrations, precisely calibrated in both frequency and amplitude, help separate out rocks, roots, weeds, and other debris, leaving only clean, intact potatoes to continue along the line. The potatoes are then transferred to a side conveyor, which gently loads them into a specialized truck driving alongside the harvester. Thanks to the conveyor's flexible design, the tubers are evenly distributed without impact or bruising. The entire process runs continuously and in sync between the harvester and the transport truck, optimizing efficiency and minimizing downtime caused by waiting for collection. Each specialized truck typically holds between 20 to 25 tons of potatoes. In addition, the system features an automatic soil return mechanism. The loosened topsoil is redistributed back into the original furrows, helping maintain soil fertility and structure for future growing seasons. With a length of nearly 12 meters and a weight of over 20 tons, this potato harvester truly functions as a mobile factory. Powerful yet precise, allowing Lay's to maintain quality control right from the very first step of production. The entire harvesting process operates as a closed, seamless, and highly efficient system directly in the field. Each component of the machine, from the digging blades and vibrating conveyor to the side-loading belt, performs a specific role and works in coordination to ensure smooth, uninterrupted collection. But before reaching the Lay's factory, millions of potatoes go through an initial sorting stage, right at the transfer stations located next to the farms. Here, trucks line up one after another to unload their harvest into massive receiving hoppers. The vibrating sorting system kicks into gear immediately, bright red machines running non-stop, pushing the potatoes through a series of conveyors, mesh screens, and rotating shafts. Rocks, roots, and soil are filtered out, while quality potatoes are sorted by size and prepared for the next stage. The air is filled with the constant roar of engines, clanging metal, and falling soil. Workers stay on their feet, working tirelessly to keep up with the pace. These grading systems can handle over 200 tons of potatoes per day, equivalent to the weight of around 30 airplanes. Right after sorting, the potatoes are moved into advanced cold storage rooms maintained at a steady 7 to 10 degrees Celsius, the ideal range to keep them fresh, prevent sprouting, minimize softening or discoloration, and avoid deep chilling that can alter starch structure. This temporary hibernation phase not only helps preserve quality, but also acts as a kind of pressure valve, allowing the factory to maintain a consistent flow of fresh raw material throughout the production season. And then, one by one, the trucks roll out from the storage facility, carrying potatoes that are now ready to be awakened by the processing lines ahead. At the factory, the freshly awakened potatoes immediately enter a strict cleaning phase. They are first sent into massive whirlpool tanks that function like industrial washing machines. Powerful circulating water removes soil clinging to the skins while keeping the potatoes intact. Next, a system of high-pressure spray nozzles blasts water from multiple directions, flushing away any remaining dirt or debris. The entire process is fully enclosed and closely monitored to ensure the potatoes are thoroughly cleaned before moving on. This automated cleaning system not only boosts efficiency by up to 5 times compared to manual methods, but also saves up to 2/3 of the water, making it both effective and sustainable. Clean doesn't mean ready. Not every potato is fit to become a Lay's chip. After washing, the potatoes continue along the conveyor to the sorting area. Here, high-speed cameras and precision sensors scan each potato individually, assessing its size, shape, and weight within a fraction of a second. At speeds of up to 240 potatoes per second, those that are too small, misshapen, or show signs of damage are immediately removed from the line using targeted bursts of compressed air. Only the most uniform, healthy potatoes are selected to move forward in the production process. In the past, manual sorting was slower and could result in up to 15 to 20% waste, with many good potatoes mistakenly discarded. Today, thanks to advanced automation, the process is not only faster, but also far more accurate and efficient. While potatoes can technically be eaten with their skins, Lay's removes the outer peel to achieve a cleaner, crispier, and more refined texture. That's where the peeling machines come in. As the drum rotates, the surface of each potato rubs against the inner walls of the machine, quickly removing the outer skin through constant abrasion. At the same time, water flows through the system, washing away the loosened peels and leaving behind smooth, clean potatoes ready for slicing. After peeling, the potatoes are immediately fed into high-speed slicing machines. Each potato is gently pressed against a spinning blade disc, cutting it into uniformly thin slices, just about 1.5 millimeters thick, roughly the thickness of a standard sheet of office paper. This thickness has been standardized through years of optimization to ensure fast and even frying, while maintaining the signature light, crispy texture. If the slices are too thick, the chips become hard and lose their crispness. If too thin, they break easily and are harder to control during frying. Before entering the massive frying vats, each potato slice goes through a final rinse. This step is essential for removing excess starch, which accounts for only about 1 to 2% of each slice's weight, but if not properly washed off, can cause frying oil to become cloudy up to 3 times faster, significantly reducing its lifespan and affecting overall product quality. Next, the slices pass through a vibrating screen system where precisely calibrated vibrations separate any slices that may be sticking together, remove excess surface moisture, and evenly distribute the slices into a thin, uniform layer. If slices remain clumped or retain too much water, their contact time with the oil becomes inconsistent, leading to uneven frying, with some chips overcooked at the edges, while others fall short of the ideal crispness. When the thin potato slices are ready, they enter one of the most critical stages of the entire production process, high-temperature frying. In a closed-loop continuous frying system, the slices are cooked in refined vegetable oil at a stable temperature of 175 degrees for exactly 3 minutes. The oil used by Lay's is low in saturated fats and rich in unsaturated fatty acids, making the final product lighter to digest while maintaining an ideal crispy texture. The frying oil is not only replaced on a regular schedule, but also continuously filtered during operation. This helps maintain the oil's clarity, reduce the buildup of burnt particles, extend oil life, and ensure consistent product quality. Notably, Lay's automated frying system can run 24/7, processing tons of potatoes daily without interruption, a key factor in maintaining stable output to meet global demand. Hot oil plays a crucial role in achieving the crispy texture of snacks, but without proper control, it can cause the chips to absorb excess oil, turn soggy, and lose their signature flavor. After exiting the 175°C frying chamber, the chips are rapidly cooled using high-pressure cold air, bringing their temperature down to below 40°C within seconds. This quick cooling process locks in their crispiness and minimizes oil reabsorption into the chips. Additionally, it prevents moisture from condensing inside the packaging, helping preserve both the crunch and shelf life of the final product. Immediately after, each potato slice swiftly passes through an inspection area equipped with advanced optical sensors. Hundreds of high-speed cameras operate simultaneously, capable of scanning and analyzing up to 10,000 slices per second, detecting even the slightest defects such as burnt edges, breakage, or irregular shapes. Slices that fail to meet the standards are instantly removed from the conveyor by precisely timed bursts of compressed air, accurate to the millisecond, functioning like an invisible blade to ensure that only the crispiest, most uniform, and visually consistent chips continue down the line. Once the potato chips have cooled and passed every stage of strict quality control, they move into one of the most fascinating steps, seasoning. Here, massive rotating drums spin continuously, while precision-controlled dispensers sprinkle seasoning blends at exactly calibrated rates. Inside the drums, the chips tumble and gently collide with one another, allowing the powder to coat both sides evenly, forming a thin, smooth layer that enhances flavor with every bite. The seasoning formulas are tightly guarded secrets, but common ingredients include sea salt, fried onion powder, cheese powder, chili, and ground pepper. Each blend carefully paired with proprietary flavorings to create distinct product lines. And Lay's doesn't stop at traditional tastes. The brand has launched over 200 unique flavors globally, surprising consumers with some truly unexpected combinations. Cappuccino-flavored chips in India, fiery wasabi in Japan, or blue cheese mixed with walnut in Russia. Because taste is cultural. A company that aims to win over global markets can't rely on a one-recipe-fits-all strategy. That's why Lay's continues to innovate, ensuring that wherever you are in the world, you can still find a flavor that feels like home. After being coated with the perfect layer of seasoning, the potato chips move on to a fully automated packaging stage. At the top tier of the production line, hundreds of synchronized electronic scales portion out exact amounts of chips into each bag, typically between 28 to 30 grams, matching a standard serving size. On average, the system can seal up to 12,000 bags per hour, ready to serve hundreds of markets worldwide. To preserve that satisfying crunch all the way to the consumer, a burst of pure nitrogen gas is injected into each bag before sealing. This isn't a marketing trick. It's a vital step to displace oxygen, prevent the oil from turning rancid, and lock in freshness as if the chips just left the fryer. Imagine standing in the middle of a sun-drenched cornfield, where towering stalks sway proudly in the breeze. Welcome to Minnesota, Washington, and Wisconsin, USA, the sweet corn capital of the world. Every year, the United States not only harvests up to 3 million tons of sweet corn, but also dominates global field corn production with a staggering 380 million tons, grown across farmland as vast as the entire country of Germany. America's scale is so overwhelming that even if you combine the entire corn harvests of China and Brazil, it would barely keep pace with the US. Yet beyond the staggering numbers, corn has always been a quiet part of our everyday lives. We grew up nourished by sweet cereal at sunrise and golden canned corn come supper time. Simple comforts that fed not just our bodies, but the tender memories of a simpler world. Compared to potatoes, corn is nearly twice as affordable and yet richer in nutrition, boasting higher levels of protein, fiber, and vitamin B9, along with lutein and zeaxanthin. However, with the emergence of genetically modified corn varieties in the late 20th century, a wave of concern spread among millions of consumers about the potential risks of cancer. That said, the majority of GMO corn today is field corn, used for livestock feed, ethanol production, and industrial products. While sweet corn, the type we typically enjoy fresh, canned, or frozen, is rarely genetically modified. This has been a common misconception that has persisted for decades. Setting controversies aside, the journey of sweet corn has never truly ended. Every July, as the corn silks dry up and the fields turn golden, it signals the arrival of a bustling harvest season. And it's also when the farmers' daughters, along with their mighty machines, gear up for the harvest. First, for foliar corn harvesters, the machines glide smoothly down each row of corn, using sharp blade systems, either serrated or rotary, to cut the stalks cleanly at the base and pull the entire plant into the machine. Inside, counter-rotating rollers handle the next step. They strip away the outer leaves, retain only the quality ears of corn, and send them up a conveyor belt into a holding tank or directly into a transport truck. Meanwhile, the leftover stalks, husks, and leaves are blown out the back by a high-powered fan, balling onto the field to serve as natural mulch or raw material for composting. While combine harvesters for field corn focus on shelling kernels efficiently for industrial use, sweet corn harvesters prioritize handling each ear gently, ensuring the kernels remain plump, juicy, and visually perfect for fresh markets and premium processing. A high-capacity harvester can process up to 15 to 20 tons of corn per hour, equivalent to the output of over 100 manual laborers working non-stop. Yet, as modern machines gradually replace human hands, the question of whether we should return to the fields, to sow and tend the land ourselves instead of relying entirely on machines and chemicals, remains open, touching on the preservation of original flavors and the enduring life of our planet. Another version of harvesting focuses on silage corn, corn grown specifically for livestock feed. Unlike sweet corn or field corn harvested for human consumption, silage corn is harvested while the entire plant is still green and rich in moisture. Specialized forage harvesters cut the whole stalk, chop it into small pieces, and blow the chopped material into large trailers. Afterward, the chopped corn is packed tightly into silos or bunkers, where it undergoes a natural fermentation process to become silage, a nutrient-rich feed that helps nourish hundreds of thousands of happy cattle across vast farms. Although technology has advanced significantly, it is the diligent hands of workers that still bring a level of superior quality that machines cannot replicate. Manual harvesting, although far less efficient than modern machines, operating up to 15 times faster, preserves the natural integrity and quality of each ear, ensuring they reach the next stage in perfect condition. With the fields harvested and the golden kernels carefully collected, the journey now moves from the sunlit farms to state-of-the-art factories, where sweet corn is about to be transformed into the delicious products we enjoy every day. After harvesting, different types of corn embark on separate journeys depending on their final purpose. Some destined for sweet canned corn, others for delicious popcorn. Although both journeys start with corn kernels, the variety used for making popcorn, known as Zea mays averta, is a distinct type of flint corn, quite different from sweet corn. At world-renowned popcorn factories like Orville Redenbacher's and the premium Dianen Gourmet Popcorn, the process begins by preparing a rich blend of carefully selected ingredients. Although never officially disclosed, the secret formula behind perfect popcorn is believed to follow a mixture typically consisting of about 20% melted butter, 30% cooking oil, 45 to 50% sugar, and a small portion of other flavorings. Next, the dried corn kernels are fed into the popping chamber, where the machine heats up and builds pressure in preparation for the signature popping process. When the temperature reaches around 180 to 200 degrees Celsius, the kernels begin to burst simultaneously, releasing a sweet aroma and forming their light. In popcorn production, there are two distinct methods. Caramel popcorn is coated during the popping process itself, while other flavored varieties, such as cherry, cheese, or chocolate, are first popped plain and then coated with their respective flavors afterward. After being separated, the popcorn, whether plain or caramel coated, moves into a centrifugal cooling drum where it is rapidly cooled and stabilized. This spinning process also removes broken kernels and excess caramel, ensuring that every finished popcorn piece is crisp, perfectly shaped, and consistently uniform. To enhance the product's appeal, Dianen Gourmet Popcorn introduces an additional color coding step, giving the popcorn its final vibrant look. The coating drum gently tumbles the popcorn for about 4 minutes, allowing the colorful layer to fully adhere without compromising the crunch, preparing each piece for the next stage of processing. After achieving its final color and flavor, the popcorn is transferred to the automated packaging area. Once packed, the finished products are neatly boxed, sealed, and moved to storage, ready to make their way to millions of sweet-toothed fans around the world. While popcorn brings bursts of flavor to lively movie nights, sweet canned corn holds the golden secrets behind the beloved cans enjoyed by billions. Secrets that we are about to uncover. After passing the inspection stage, the qualified ears of corn are sent directly to the automatic husking machine. This equipment uses a system of rollers and high-speed rotating blades to efficiently strip away the outer husks and silk in just a few seconds without damaging the kernels inside. Thanks to sensors that precisely control cutting force and rotation speed, the machine ensures each ear of corn is handled gently yet thoroughly. Immediately afterward, the corn is passed through a high-pressure spray chamber, where clean water jets continuously from multiple directions. While high-pressure washing effectively removes dirt, debris, and surface residues from the corn, it does not completely eliminate pesticides that may have penetrated into the kernels. Therefore, strict control of farming practices and careful sourcing of raw materials are essential to ensure safe, high-quality products. For canned corn production, after husking, the ears are not packed whole, but are instead sent to a specialized kernel removal machine. This machine uses rotating blade shafts and compression rollers to quickly separate the kernels from the cob while preserving their shape and preventing damage. The separated kernels then fall onto a vibrating conveyor, where they are evenly spread out and gently moved forward for further cleaning and processing. The golden corn kernels are then passed through another round of clean water washing, combined with vibrating conveyors and multi-directional spray nozzles for about 2 to 3 minutes, thoroughly removing any leftover husk fragments, undersized kernels, dust, and impurities from the separation process. But don't be mistaken, this process does not significantly cause nutrient loss, as most of the corn's key nutrients are contained within the kernels and are not easily dissolved in water. After thorough washing, the corn kernels are transferred into a blanching machine using either hot steam or circulating boiling water. The blanching process lasts only about 1 to 2 minutes, but plays a critical role. It gently softens the kernels, inhibits spoilage enzymes, and helps preserve their crisp texture and natural golden color. Immediately after blanching, the corn is discharged onto a quick cooling system, typically using cold water at around 2.5 degrees Celsius to rapidly bring down the temperature. This sudden temperature shift helps maintain the kernel's firm structure and prepares them for the filling stage without allowing further cooking. Meanwhile, to ensure even cooling and prevent clumping, the kernels are gently moved across vibrating conveyors submerged in cold water. Although it may seem similar to freezing, this rapid cooling is a precise control step, a race against time to preserve the corn's crisp texture, vibrant color, and natural sweetness, ready for the final transformation. Once cooled, the corn kernels are transferred to an automatic filling machine, where they are dispensed into pre-sterilized cans. Depending on the product line, the cans may also be filled with a light brine or a mild corn syrup solution to help preserve freshness and enhance flavor. The light corn syrup used in canned corn is not harmful, as it primarily helps enhance flavor and preserve freshness, while health concerns are generally associated with the excessive consumption of high fructose corn syrup found in heavily processed foods. Immediately afterward, the cans pass through a vacuum sealing machine, which removes excess air before sealing them tightly with tin lids. After sealing, the cans move into a high-pressure steam chamber for sterilization, where the temperature is kept between 115 to 121 degrees Celsius to extend shelf life. Without sterilization, canned corn could only be preserved for a few days under refrigeration, but with proper sterilization, it can be safely stored for up to 1 to 2 years at room temperature. After sterilization, the cans of corn are rapidly cooled using a circulating cold water system to maintain the structural integrity of the cans and stabilize the quality of the product inside. The cans then move along an automatic labeling line, where product information, barcodes, production dates, and expiration dates are accurately printed and applied, ready to deliver their natural sweetness to soothe millions of hearts. And so, from the sun-drenched fields of Iowa to the neatly sealed cans on our tables, the journey of sweet corn is a story of patience, craftsmanship, and the quiet dedication of farmers, and of the enduring spirit of a grain that has nourished the world for generations. As you savor that sweet, familiar taste, remember, you're not just enjoying corn. You're holding a tiny piece of the world's golden grain legacy. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Stay curious, stay inspired, and the next chapter of Agriculture Insight is coming right up. Have you ever wondered how Coca-Cola produces up to 800 million bottles every day? An astonishing number for a seemingly simple beverage. Yet its unmistakable flavor has kept Coca-Cola reigning supreme in the beverage world, no matter how hard Pepsi tries to turn the tide. So what makes this legend? A secret formula safeguarded for over 130 years, a network of more than 900 bottling plants worldwide, and an automated production line with incredible precision. It's all waiting for you to discover. Right now, join Agriculture Insight as we step inside the Coca-Cola factory and uncover the journey of this legendary brand conquering the world. Let's dive in. Whether produced in the US, Mexico, or Brazil, every bottle of Coca-Cola tastes nearly identical, a feat few brands can achieve. The secret lies in a legendary formula called Merchandise 7X. Only 2 people in the world know the full recipe, and they are never allowed to fly on the same plane. Amazingly, this iconic formula didn't come from a high-tech lab, but from a small pharmacy in Atlanta. In 1886, pharmacist John Stith Pemberton created Coca-Cola as a tonic to relieve headaches. But it was Asa Griggs Candler who acquired the formula in 1888 that transformed it into a global empire. With bold strategies and marketing genius, Coca-Cola became more than just a drink. It became a worldwide icon, now valued at over $96 billion and holding 46% of the global carbonated beverage market, far ahead of competitors like Pepsi. Have you ever popped the cap off a Coke with a st and gulped it down, feeling refreshed? Behind every bottle is an intricate system running like a finely tuned machine. Now follow me as we explore where Coca-Cola is born every second. You'll be amazed. You'd be surprised to know that 90% of Coca-Cola is water. Before it transforms into the world's best-selling beverage, the water goes through multi-stage filtration, reverse osmosis, and UV sterilization, ensuring absolute purity. Once the water has been purified to near perfection, the process moves into its most crucial stage, preparing the syrup, the very soul behind Coca-Cola's legendary flavor. The syrup contains sugar or high fructose corn syrup, caffeine, caramel for its signature brown color, and phosphoric acid to balance the acidity. But it's Merchandise 7X, the mysterious formula kept secret for over a century, that truly makes Coca-Cola unique. Once complete, the syrup is mixed with purified water in massive industrial blending tanks, operating in a sterile environment and monitored by an advanced automated system to ensure absolute consistency and quality. The next step is CO2 carbonation, where CO2 is infused into the water and syrup mixture, creating the legendary cyst sound and a tingling, refreshing sensation that makes each sip of Coca-Cola feel like a burst of freshness. Once perfectly blended and carbonated, Coca-Cola is ready to explode in every drop. The bottle's job is to preserve its refined flavor and begin the journey to conquer the world with that ultimate moment of refreshment every time the cap is opened. With PET bottles, the process starts with small preforms, no bigger than a finger. These tiny plastic tubes are placed into a molding machine, where high heat and powerful compressed air inflate them into the Coca-Cola bottles you hold every day. Aluminum cans, on the other hand, are stamped and shaped from thin sheets of metal, then cleaned, dried, and sent straight down the production line. As for glass bottles, Coca-Cola's nostalgic icon, many plants around the world operate reuse and recycling programs. Used bottles are collected, thoroughly washed and sterilized, and then inspected by high-tech cameras. Only those that pass every checkpoint will be reborn, ready to carry a fresh new round of Coca-Cola. Once the perfect bottles are created, they immediately move into the filling area, where every drop of Coca-Cola is poured in an instant, filling hundreds of bottles and dozens of cans every second. The advanced filling system, under extremely high pressure, preserves the signature fizz and ensures precision down to the smallest detail, preventing any air from entering. Afterward, the bottles are automatically sealed, locking in the freshness and effervescence, so that every bottle of Coca-Cola reaches your hands bursting with flavor. Next comes the step of dressing Coca-Cola. Not simply labeling, but a mesmerizing showcase of precision and high-speed technology. On the modern production line, thousands of cocoa bottles move like miniature battalions, passing through an automated labeling system at dizzying speed. Ultra-sensitive optical sensors scan each bottle to ensure the label is applied with millimeter accuracy. After being perfectly dressed, the Coca-Cola bottles and cans begin to gather. On the production line, automated machines arrange them snugly like perfect puzzle pieces, forming neat packs. These packs glide along the conveyor belt like small trains, moving smoothly and steadily, carrying an explosive energy as they race forward. In some special editions, the packaging is designed like a mini suitcase with a convenient handle, not only making it easy to carry, but also serving as an invitation to lively parties and moments of explosive energy. Automated machines neatly wrap shrink film around each pack. At this stage, giant robotic arms swing into action, working tirelessly and precisely, lifting, rotating, and placing each pack onto pallets like a high-tech game of Tetris. Once the pallet is full, a shrink wrap system kicks in, sealing the load like battle armor, keeping the Coca-Cola formation tight and flawless. The blazing red packs stack up neatly and glide smoothly, like a perfect final move in a game. And from here, the journey to conquer the world begins. The lift carefully moves the pallet into the warehouse, placing it neatly like the final puzzle piece in a perfect picture, ready to set off. A 24/7 logistics network ensures that just hours after leaving the factory, Coca-Cola is already chilled on store shelves, ready to pop open with you. Because a glass of Coke isn't just a drink, it's the grand finale of a backstage tech symphony. Coca-Cola and fast food, an inseparable golden duo, with every sip of Coca-Cola perfectly complementing each bite, delivering an unexpectedly euphoric experience. But even the strongest always have a worthy rival. And when it comes to Coca-Cola, one name stands tall: Pepsi. For decades, these two fizzy titans have clashed in what might be the most epic marketing war of all time. From the legendary Pepsi challenge that dared drinkers to choose blind, to Coca-Cola's secret formula locked tighter than a government vault, it's been blow for blow. Billions of dollars, decades of drama, and countless sips later, the bubbles are still rising, and this battle, far from over. But behind the sparkling crown of this soft drink king and the jaw-dropping numbers lie shadows that few talk about. In Mexico, where Coca-Cola often replaces water, the average person drinks over 600 bottles a year, contributing to high obesity and diabetes rates. And that's not all. Coca-Cola has also faced criticism for its extensive use of groundwater, particularly in regions already dealing with water scarcity. In addition, environmental impact is another pressing concern. With billions of PET plastic bottles produced every year, Coca-Cola has come under fire from environmental organizations, urging the company to improve its packaging and increase global recycling rates. Coca-Cola continuously innovates to keep up with the trends, offering lower sugar products and environmentally friendly packaging. Coca-Cola Zero Sugar was created for consumers to enjoy the familiar taste without worrying about sugar, while also reflecting the brand's commitment to a more sustainable future. In the middle of summer, the watermelon fields in Florida are bustling more than ever. This is the prime time for American farmers to harvest those sweet, ripe watermelons. Under the bright sunshine, they carefully cut each watermelon from the vines, working in harmony with modern machinery to ensure each melon is gathered and handled with the utmost care. With hands full of experience, the farmers skillfully use sharp knives to cut the watermelons, checking each one to make sure it's perfectly ripe, shiny green skin, a dry stem, and a deep, hollow sound when tapped gently. After being cut, the watermelons are placed onto the conveyor belt of a mobile harvesting machine that moves along the rows of vines. This machine is specially designed to work alongside the farmers, using a soft conveyor belt to gently move the watermelons into large storage bins. This process not only saves time and effort, but also ensures the watermelons don't get damaged and maintain their quality. Once the bins are full, they are loaded onto refrigerated trucks, ready to be transported to the factories for cleaning, sorting, and preparing them for the market. This harvesting scene not only shows the dedication and skill of the farmers, but also highlights the important role technology plays in improving agricultural production. Thanks to the perfect combination of human effort and modern machinery, millions of watermelons from lush green fields are quickly gathered and transported, keeping their delicious taste and perfect freshness. This process not only helps optimize time and labor, but also ensures that every watermelon that reaches the consumer meets the highest standards, providing complete satisfaction. After being carefully harvested from the endless fields, the fresh watermelons continue their journey to the processing plants. This is where modern technology and the skill of experienced workers come together to ensure that each watermelon retains its best quality before reaching the consumers. First, the watermelon bins are unloaded from the trucks and moved to the cleaning area, marking the important first step in the processing process. This step not only helps remove dirt, sand, and other impurities that are stuck to the skin of the watermelon after harvest, but also ensures hygiene for the product before it moves on to the next stages. The watermelons are then placed on a conveyor belt and passed through a high-pressure water spray system. This system uses cool, powerful jets of water sprayed onto each watermelon, effectively removing the dirt and impurities without damaging the delicate skin. To ensure thorough cleaning, the system is also equipped with automatic rotating brushes. The rotating brush system is designed with soft, food-grade bristles that gently clean the surface of the watermelons without damaging their skin. These brushes rotate at controlled speeds, like the gentle hands of a mother stroking the heads of playful watermelons covered in dust from the fields. The system also integrates automatic sensors that adjust the brush speed and pressure based on the size and shape of each watermelon, ensuring thorough and comprehensive cleaning. This cleaning process not only ensures the safety of the product, but also helps maintain the quality and freshness of the watermelons. After being cleaned and dried, the watermelons continue their journey on the conveyor belt to the sorting area, where modern technology works hand in hand with the careful observation of the workers to ensure the best quality. The watermelons pass through an advanced sensor system that evaluates their size, color, and weight. The melons that meet the standard typically have shiny skins, deep color, and uniform weight. In addition, workers standing along the conveyor belt manually inspect the watermelons to spot any imperfections that the machines might miss, such as small cracks, signs of rot, or damage to the skin. After the inspection, the watermelons are sorted into two main groups: the ones that meet the standards with uniform size, nice color, and no imperfections are sent to the packing area. Meanwhile, smaller melons, those with uneven shapes or slight defects, are sent to be processed into products like juice or smoothies. This thorough sorting process not only ensures that the products reaching consumers are of high quality, but also helps maximize the value of every watermelon. After being sorted, the watermelons that meet the standards are directed to the labeling area. This process is typically semi-automated, with labeling machines precisely applying the labels to each watermelon as they move along the conveyor belt. This labeling step is crucial for product identification and traceability, enabling consumers to easily verify the quality and origin of the watermelons. For the watermelons that meet the standards, they continue their journey to the packaging area. The watermelons are placed in sturdy trays or cardboard boxes, with extra protective padding inside to prevent damage during transport. These boxes are specially designed to allow air circulation, ensuring the freshness of the watermelons. The boxes of watermelons are then loaded onto refrigerated trucks, ready to be transported to distribution points. In addition to the watermelons that meet the standards, those that don't will be sent to the processing area to be used for other products, especially watermelon juice. The process starts with cleaning the watermelons again, removing any remaining impurities. Then, the watermelons are cut and peeled, with the skin and inedible parts discarded, leaving only the sweet, refreshing flesh. After being cut into small pieces, the watermelon flesh is placed into a juicer to extract the juice. The watermelon juice is then packaged in sealed pouches or bottles and subjected to high-pressure processing, HPP. The HPP machine works by applying very high pressure, typically between 4,000 to 6,000 bar, to the sealed juice, effectively killing bacteria and viruses without the need for heat. This method is effective in eliminating harmful microorganisms while preserving the fresh taste and nutritional value of the watermelon juice, ensuring food safety. Every step of this process is carried out carefully and follows strict food safety standards. From cleaning to packaging, each stage is closely monitored to ensure that every watermelon reaching the consumer is of the highest quality. That's how watermelon is harvested and processed. But have you ever wondered how these watermelon plants grow? Well, let's take a look and find out. Right now, we're here in Florida, one of the biggest watermelon growing regions in the US. Every spring, farmers get busy preparing for another promising watermelon season. Modern plows with powerful engines and sharp blades turn up the topsoil, digging as deep as 7.9 to 11.8 inches. Once the soil is loosened and ready, the next step is to create rows for planting the watermelons. After creating the rows, the watermelon fields move on to the important step of covering with plastic. The plastic is spread evenly across the rows of soil, helping to retain moisture and regulate temperature, creating an ideal environment for the watermelon plants to grow. After the plastic has been fully spread, the watermelon field is ready for the next step, planting the seedlings. The planting process is assisted by semi-automatic planting machines, which help farmers save time and effort. The machine moves slowly along the rows of soil covered with plastic, where the planting holes have already been made. The farmer carefully places each seedling into the hole, ensuring the roots make direct contact with the loose, nutrient-rich soil below. This helps the watermelon plants stay strong right from the start, creating the ideal conditions for optimal growth and promising harvests ahead. So now you have a complete look at how farmers harvest and process millions of pounds of watermelons every year. This is a clear example of the perfect combination of advanced technology and the skill and dedication of the farmers. Each watermelon not only offers a sweet, refreshing taste, but also carries the hard work and careful attention from planting to harvest. Thank you for joining me in exploring this fascinating journey. If you have any questions or want to share something, feel free to leave a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more stories about the world of agriculture. Goodbye, and see you in the next video.